Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, thanks for clicking, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for holding on. My name is GLORIA MUENI and I do content on pregnancy, motherhood, lifestyle, and I do drop a few videos here and there of me baking and cooking. So make sure to subscribe to join the family. Yes, so let's get into the video. Today I'm going to tell you guys about my labor and delivery story. Yes, so where do I start? For me, I'll say my labor and delivery story starts 3 days before I actually delivered the baby, or I actually went into active labor, because I went to the hospital. I remember quite well, it was a Monday, the 14th, 16th, Thursday, 15th, Wednesday, 14th. It was a Monday, the 13th December. I woke up feeling quite ill, like I had malaria. That's the best way I can describe it. Like I had chills, I was feeling cold. It was cold because it was the time when it was raining, but I was feeling extremely cold, especially to the touch. So like if anything touched me, I'd feel like a weird cold sensation. It wasn't interesting, and I had joint pain all over, and my back was killing me. Not in like a way your labor, I'll explain when I reach the labor part, but it was joint pain, but sasa kwa mgongo. Yes, so I went to hospital, and first I saw the midwife, and she alinipima njia, cervical check, to see how, if I was dilating, because she was scared maybe I was in labor, because even when going to her, I told her I don't know why I've been told to come here, and I have malaria, plus I'm only almost 38 weeks pregnant, and yeah, I'm not feeling any pain. So I told her, I am not sick, I am not in labor, and I'm not experiencing anything pregnancy related. I think I'm just sick. And also there was this corona, Omicron. It was the time that wave had come, so I was scared maybe I had it. She said, since you're here and you're a pregnant lady, we can't just assume that everything is fine and it's not it's not a pregnancy related. It's not pregnancy related. So akanipeleka to the delivery room to check if I was dilating. And let me tell you guys, you know, I had people, there's always been a debate of whether the cervical check is painful or not. And a lot of women were saying it's not painful, it's just uncomfortable. Others were saying if she uses lubrication, because they use a gel, it's not going to be as painful. But let me tell you guys, from my experience, in my opinion, that thing was painful. It was very, very painful. Very painful. And the fact that they expect you to sit still while doing it, like not react to the pain, because you know, since they're inserting their fingers, they use 2 fingers into your cervix, when you feel, personally, when I felt the pain, you retract. Even in any other thing, when you put your hand and to fire and you feel the heat, you withdraw your hand. So I withdrew my body, and she'd get pissed and told me to relax. I'm the one making it more painful. And I'm like, no, I am not. It is actually very, very painful. And I actually regretted getting that cervical check done then, because now it introduced a new fear that I had never had throughout my whole pregnancy. That when I went into labor, I'd have to be checked severally to see how much I had dilated, and that I was going to feel that pain several more times. It made me so scared. And I remember calling the baby daddy after the check and telling him, I'm so scared of now the end, because if this is what I'm going to face on that day, I'm not ready. I am seriously not ready. So after so she said I have a posterior cervix, that my cervix was too far up or high. That's why she was having also a hard time reaching it, and hence why it was more painful. But she said I was only 1 centimeter dilated, meaning I was probably not dilating, so it's not pregnancy related. So I was sent to the doctor, but even them, they didn't see anything because nearly tested a blood sample and there was nothing. So alinipa 2 antibiotics, amoxil, and told me to go home. And the next day, actually that day in the afternoon, I was fine. I wasn't feeling sick, but I continued taking the medicine either way because I had already started. So that is Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So on Wednesday, in the evening, after a few activities, I fell asleep. I fell asleep at around 4 p.m. and I had not eaten lunch. I remember very well. I had not eaten lunch. So I slept at around 4 p.m. Not a.m., 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. on the 15th of December 2021, which was a Wednesday. I felt tired. I fell asleep. Yeah, I slept. So while I was sleeping, obviously, actually before I went to sleep, something told me weka simu kwa charger just in case stima ipotee, usiboeke. Since like I told you guys, I'd stay up late because I couldn't sleep. So I said, I'm too tired to actually put it kwa charger. Nikiamka kukula nitaiweka kwa charger your time. So I fell asleep completely. At around 8:15, 8:20. Sorry, my baby is crying. So at around 8:15, I did what? A friend of mine knocked. She had come to ask for some water. Where I was staying, the water was salty. So we'd buy Margila dispenser. So she had gotten home late and it was too late to order more. So she asked if I could just put for her in a 1 liter bottle, and it can serve till the morning when she can order for hers. So I got up, I put for her water, and then she went to her house. So now after that, I started feeling an uncomfortable sensation. It wasn't pain, cause it wasn't pain per se, it was just discomfort. Like I wasn't settled, like something is wrong. And then I started feeling the pain. But to explain why I had no clue, or I did not assume that I was in labor, I have very painful period cramps. And a lot of the time, even when in high school and I'd go to the nurse to get an injection for the pain, she'd say, sasa kama hii kidogo inakuweza hivi na what is it called, and labor pains is more painful, utaweza na kweli. So feeling this pain, it was very little, when I say very little, it was minute pain, and it would come and go from afar. I'd feel it from afar. So there was a shop, there's a shop very close to where I was staying at that point, and I decided to go there. There's a young mom. She was very nice to me during my pregnancy period. I went there and asked her, "Hi, Mama Bella, I am feeling this way and this way. Could it be labor?" And she laughed and said, "Hey, Gloria, the time has come. The time you have been waiting for imefika." Nikamwambia, lakini mimi sisikika ni uchungu sana. That's what I said. And she said, inaanzanga hivyo, itakuwa tu uchungu with time. Ela tu relax, ungoje pia. Inaweza kuwa pia ni false labor, so weka usikie, ukisikia inaongezeka uende usi. So let me give some backstory. At this point, the baby dad is not even in Nairobi. He's gone home. Like ushago kwao. So I had not planned for any other birth partner, and this was a terrible mistake on my part. I wish I had done better preparation, and I don't know. I don't think I planned for my labor and delivery well. So I don't think I had planned well. So the baby daddy was not there, and yeah, so nikaitisha gari. It took me to the hospital. No. So now see, we are heading to 8:45 there. 8:45, 9. It's going to 9. Because she was closing off her shop. So I went down and bought Indomie noodles and biscuits, because I had juice in the house. And I was too tired. Now I'm telling you guys, I'm feeling uncomfortable and I didn't feel like cooking, but I'm still hungry because I haven't eaten anything. The first thing I ate that day was breakfast. So I go to the house, I put it up on the kitchen counter, I get into the shower, nikaoga, nilikuwa nimefua that morning, nikaanua, so nilikuwa na iron clothes. So after I finished ironing clothes, I started feeling this pain is not going away. It's not painful, but it's not going away. So I'd rather stay somewhere where I have people and they can keep me company in case I give birth. Hata nikizaa kwa nyumba, at least nizae na watu, nisizae peke yangu. So I took my hospital bag and went with it to my friend's house, the same friend mwenye alikuja kuniomba maji. Nikaenda nikakaa hapo kwake. So now it's heading to 10:40. So the moment it reached 11, that pain now became pain. It was manageable, but it was now like my period cramps. So now I don't know what to do. It is painful, and I tell people labor is not at now from when labor starts, that whole time you're just in pain. No, it comes like the contraction comes for a few minutes, then you have a few minutes to breathe, to relax and brace yourself for the next contraction. So it should come and I'd feel like peeing, not pooping. I know a lot of people say when they're contracting or then the labor, they feel like pooping, but I never felt like pooping. Now my friend is telling me not to go pee. And me, the way I'm feeling, I really feel like peeing. So me, I just go to the toilet and I tell her, so laboring on the toilet, which was true, by the way. When I was looking at how to manage labor, they'd say warm baths helped. That's actually why I took the shower. And laboring on the toilet, like sitting facing the toilet, it would help. So I'd tell her that's what I'm going to do, but then I'd go and pee. Yeah. So at around 11:30, I told her, hey, this pain is a lot. Let me just go to hospital. So nikaitisha gari, it came. I went to hospital and I reached hospital. Now let me go back kidogo to a previous video I did on how I chose the hospital. Like I told you guys, I wanted to use NHIF accredited hospital. So guess who had not gotten her biometrics registered? So on Monday when I had gone to hospital because I was sick, I have very small hands. I'm not sure if from the video you can tell, but I have very small hands and sometimes some things are difficult. So when I was trying to get my fingerprints taken, they'd refuse. So she told me, come back, maybe Friday, we'd have had the system thing sorted out and you can take your fingerprints. So this is Wednesday. And now reaching the reception, I told them, actually the same lady at the reception who was there on Monday was the same one who received me. So she told me, haya Gloria, umekuja. Nikamwambia, akaniambia, aki mama, we never registered your biometrics. What are we going to do? Are you strong enough? We do it right now. And I said, yes, I am. So now I'd bend like this kwa counter. And then take the first fingerprint. I bend the second fingerprint, all 10. And zikaitikia, funny enough. At that point, zikaitikia. So the nurse was called. He came and I don't know if it's a midwife. So let me just call him a nurse. The nurse came, kaniambia, so now Gloria, tutaenda tukupime njia to see how much you're dilated, so that you can know whether we are admitting you or sending you home. So now I'm just there and I'm thinking, what do you mean send me home? With this pain, I go back. Imagine even if I'm not even if I'm not dilated, I'm not going home. Because where am I going home to feel pain like this at home alone? No. So we went to the delivery room. He checked my cervix. It was 2 centimeters dilated. He told me, we'll just admit you because you are dilating. You're 2 centimeters right now, but you are dilating. So you're in labor. It's not active labor yet, but you're in labor, so we'll admit you. So they took my bags, wakaniweka kwa labor room. I was alone. There was nobody else in the whole labor room. It was just me. Nikatumana fries and samosas. Yes, I was hungry and I don't even think there was hospital food there at that time. So nikatumana fries and samosas. There was a restaurant nearby and you look and was a chipo na samosa. So nikatumana hizo. As I get settled in, so the nurse akakama akaniuliza maswali, akanitisha my, what is this? So when you're going for delivery, you carry your last ultrasound, which you'll be asked to do probably up at 35 weeks. So you'll be asked to do it probably at 35 weeks, up or 36, depending on your doctor. So I had mine done at 35 weeks. That one is just done to ensure that there's no cord wrapped around the baby is in the correct position. Ndio wajue if you're actually going to go uko mwisho for labor. Some people get the baby turned. It's a process, I don't know the name, but it's a very painful process. So if your baby is not in the correct position, they turn them. I know a lot of doctors don't like doing it now. I don't remember why or the reason that I was given. But yeah, so I'm admitted to hospital. So you carry the scan and the Kitabia clinic, the clinic book. So now he's asking me questions and I'm just there in pain. Wakaniletea the gown nikavaa. So he told me walk around to fasten your labor. Wewe utazaa tu hapo asubuhi saa 4. Now this is midnight. It was already midnight because I remember after they told me we are admitting you, I called my mom and told her I'm in hospital, and my mom panicked. Akanikatia simu. She said okay and hung up. So I'm like, okay, it is not okay. But then yeah, she hung up. So she called later on and asked me, uko sawa? And I said yes. Kaniuliza uko na nani? Nikamwambia niko peke yangu. Then she said again sawa, na akakata simu. So later on is when she explained that she was really worried and she didn't know what to do. That's why she hung up. So I called the baby daddy and told her, yes, it's actually labor. They've told me they're beating me. So he said, wow, now what are you gonna do? Are you alone? Do you have someone? And obviously I was alone. I didn't have anyone. I had planned for him to be my birth partner, and I wish I had settled for a different person or a plan B, such that if he wasn't around, I'd have used someone else. So I'm in pain. The doctor says walk around, you'll deliver hapo kitu 9 a.m. 10 a.m. I am thinking, what? It's 12 up to 9 a.m. 10 a.m. But to some extent I was prepared because I know people labor for 2 days, 3 days, for long hours. So I was like, okay. So as I called my friend, she's in Algeria. God bless you. You probably do not know how much that call or what it did for me, but she video called me the whole labor process, the whole of it. She was on phone with me, and as much as it was not having someone happen physically with you, it really did a lot. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate it, and I owe you one. You do not know how grateful I am for that one. Yeah, so the doctor left. See, now after telling me I'm going to deliver at around 9:10. So he told me, before leaving, he said, if you feel like pushing, don't push at any point. If you need anything, press that button to alert us, we'll come. And if you feel like peeing, you can go pee. But if you feel like pooping, don't call us. So I said, okay. So I'd walk to a washroom and pee. It was hard peeing, and I felt like peeing a lot, but I never felt like pooping all this time. So let me tell you, I saw a lot of guys making fun of Kabi for being in the delivery room. I know the delivery room and the labor room are two different places. But if you can support your significant other during your time, imagine do so. If you are a friend, a mom, a sister, a nurse who can support a pregnant lady during their labor, imagine do so. Because, why am I crying? Because it is tough. It is very tough, and I don't think anyone should do it alone. Puss, unaenda wapi? Sorry. I don't think anyone should do it alone. I don't know how our moms did it, but I don't think anyone at all should go through labor alone. So I remember my phone is not charged, so I had to connect it to a socket and put it on the bed so that Lynn can see me. So anytime a contraction would come, I'd one hand and do this and try to use the other hand to rub my back, and it was so painful because now you're trying to implement everything I had learned about labor, the breathing techniques, but no, I can't, because now I have no one to rub my back. The nurses were not there. Literally, when I say I was alone, and I have never felt more alone than I did on that day. So I'd rub my back or my thigh, and I didn't know my hand. And Lynn would ask me, uko sawa? Kwa nini hawakusaidii? Like, hawezi ita nurse akusaidie? Ama ni muite basi mimi nitamwambia akusaidie. Okay, love me so much, Lynn. Look, ananiambia muite, just call them, and then if you're scared to ask them to rub your back, I'll ask them. Hakuna mtu naweza ita saizi? Ama upigie your mom akuje. So my part, like I told you guys, I stay quite far. Like, my folks stay quite far from the hospital I had chosen. So hata ningemuita what time angekuja at what time. Also, she's a teacher. She had just gotten work at a government school, so she was on probation for 6 months, and she didn't have leave days, I think, for those 6 months. So how am I calling her? How was she going to come at that time of the night? So I just told her no, I just managed, but then the pain kept getting worse, and now your breaks get shorter. So now even going to the toilet to pee, the pee that I'm feeling is not appealing. I can't walk. Walking is exhausting. I don't know how people say walking fast and labor, because I couldn't walk. People would say, I really tried preparing, so I watched a lot of things and that say ukinama like this and sway your hips like this, but it wasn't helping. Actually, the only thing that made that pain feel better was lying on my side. Yes, that was also one of the tips, and it was the only one that helped, that I felt was working for me. All the others of moving around, of swaying your hips, nothing worked. So Lynn would, every time a contraction would come, I'll tell her, wait kidogo, and I'd do weird things. I'd rub my stomach, I'd rub my back, I'd rub my thighs, yani to anywhere to feel the pain was going away. And I went to the washroom, and when I wiped, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this here, but there's something called the mucus plug. It is what fungas your cervix when your cervix is closed. So when you're dilating, it comes out. It literally looks like it sounds like mucus, and it comes out with a little blood. But when I was learning about it throughout my pregnancy journey, they said that the mucus plug is the blood that comes out with the mucus blood is very little, like spotting. But when I wiped, it was a lot of blood. Not red, it was pinkish still, but it was a lot. So I called the nurse and told her, I have blood coming out, is it a problem? So she asked me if I had a nini. So I went and wiped again and showed her, and she said, no, it's okay, it's just your mucus plug coming out, it's fine. And from there, the pain I felt after that, I have never and will never feel again in my life, because it was painful, guys. And people explain that it's like period cramps, but 100 times that was not period cramps. It was pain. Your stomach is hardening now, and then it's like now that period cramps 100 times, and then your back is aching. It's the worst thing a human can ever feel. In my opinion, it is. And it was so painful. I'd try a lot. Lynn would ask, she kept on insisting that I should call a nurse to help me. But I thought it was an obvious thing that if someone is there to deliver and you can offer help, I shouldn't have to ask. Like, so laboring women are in pain and they probably need someone. Plus, I thought, since there are people, not everyone has had the privilege of having someone help them through labor, so why am I overreacting? That's what I felt at the moment. So it was pain, and we'd talk with Lynn, and she'd tell me, Gloria, you're breathing fast. Gloria, you're breathing like you're not okay. Are you sure you're okay? And then my phone went off. Because apparently, as we were talking and as I'm laboring, I kept pulling it, so it wasn't charging too well, so my phone went off. So I switched, niliaka kwa charger kidogo, so there was a few moments I wasn't on the phone with her, then nikaiwasha. So venye niliwasha, she thought ni bundles zangu ziliisha, so she called another friend of hers who was in Kenya now to call me on normal call and ask me if I was fine. So she called me and she was like, sasa Gloria, nimeambiwa na Lynn nikupigie nikuulize kama uko sawa. Nikamwambia niko sawa. Nikutumie pesa ubuy airtime. Nikamwambia si airtime shida, niko na airtime. Anza, uko sure you're breathing hard? Are you fine? Nikamwambia yeah, I'm managing. At that time I was talking very softly. Nikamwambia yes, I am managing. So I called back Lynn, tukaongea. So I told you guys I made the call to my mom when I was being admitted at midnight. So ikikaribia 3, tuseme at 2:45. Now my pain ilifika apana. So I'm starting to feel it. I am getting exhausted. And I told Lynn, me, I'm calling this doctor and telling them I can't wait till 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning. I cannot. The pain I am feeling, I won't be able to manage till 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. in the morning. So me, I'm just going to call them and tell them I want to get a CS done. I no longer want to deliver normally. Because in the end, I'm the one paying and it's my body. So yeah, so I also called the baby daddy and told him, me, the pain I'm feeling, I've reached the end and I cannot do anything further than this. I'm going to call this doctor and tell him I want to get a CS done. And he tried to motivate me, telling me, oh, I can do it, oh, I am prepared, oh, things like that. But I had made up my mind, so I pressed that button a lot. And then he came in. So he was wearing Crocs. He came in, he was walking so slowly, he was annoying me. He came in and then he said, yes, Gloria. And I said, actually the pain I'm feeling is worse than how it was when I came. And he said, but you know, I've never forgotten those words. He said, but you know, Gloria, pain is inevitable. Now what can we do? I was like, no. This pain is a lot. Siwezani, nimechoka. I was like, no, Gloria, lazima uvumilie. You still have a long way to go. Now, the way you are telling me to not to push when I feel pain, I don't even feel like I need to push. I feel like the baby is coming out on their own. Like they're the ones pushing, that I don't even need to do any pushing. Akasema, haya sawa basi tuende tukakupime. The way he said it, it's like they felt nilikuwa nasumbua tu because I'm a first time mom and I'm young, so I'm feeling like this pain is too much when it's really not. So he told me, twende basi nikupime, we see how far along you are. And we went to the delivery room. So walking to the delivery room, you don't deliver hapo kwa labor room. So walking to the delivery room, I'd walk and the pain would come and I'd drop down to the floor and I'd press my thighs, I'd rub my back up kwa floor. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And I'd rub my back up kwa floor and I'd breathe. I'd try as much as to breathe, because you know a lot of these things say breathe. I'd breathe and then I'd stand and walk and I'd fall to the ground again and rub my back, and he'd look at me and wait for me to finish and stand, and we'd walk again like that until we reached the delivery room. And I remember it was raining so much, it was raining a lot, it was really cold. So we got to the delivery room and he told me, panda hapo kwa kitanda, when you feel pain, lie on your side. When the pain issues, you can lie on your back. So I did that. So when the pain would come, I would lie on my side, and when the pain issues, I'd lie on my back. So remember, all this time my water has not broken. My water never broke this whole time. So I nikalala, and he pimad and he said, oh God, you're 8 centimeters dilated. I can feel the baby's head. No, I can feel, he said I can feel something. I don't remember what. Pressed some buttons, I heard some noise. The nurses came in and they put something. So, and I don't know why. They never asked me and they never told me what it was. So they put me on drip, some water. So they put it on my hand. Hapa kwa wrist, ili injectiwa hapa, ama ni hapa. Sikumbuki, I think ni hapa nyuma. And they never told me what it was. I actually thought it was just water, because on Monday when I was there, my blood count was low. So I thought they didn't want me to be dehydrated. So they put the nini. And after that, they wakatoboa umbilical, my sac, amniotic sac, and my water came out gushing. It was a lot of fluid, a lot. You know, when people say it will trickle down or it might come out in a gush, I didn't expect it to be that much, but it was a lot of water. And then, since I tell you, I kept on telling you guys, I felt like peeing, but I wasn't peeing well. They had to insert a catheter to take out the pee. So when your bladder is full, it actually prevents the baby to come out. Like inafanya ushindwe kupush and for the baby kutoka. Make the labor harder. So waka insert a catheter and they took the pee out, all of it. And then now he said, so now Gloria, I want ukisikia pain, when the contraction comes, you push. When the contraction stops, you stop. So don't push when there is no contraction. Okay, and then I said, okay. And so the first contraction came and I pushed, and I remember, this whole time I never screamed. During my labor, I never screamed. But when I made that first push, nearly screamed. And there was a lady doctor. All the nurses who were there were male, and then there was one female nurse. She said, Ebu scream, and I was so upset and told her, "Hautaniambia venye nitafanya." Hautaniambia venye nitafanya. Then this other nurse, the one who I had come with from the labor room, said, "Gloria, we need you to maintain your strength. So if you scream, you'll be using a lot of it. Just breathe and push when the contraction comes." So I pushed the second time. And now I felt like the baby was coming. Like now it was pressure, proper pressure. And the doctor said, "We see the baby's head, Gloria, you're doing a good job. We see the baby's head, the baby's crowning." And she said, "Now push and don't stop. If you stop, you're going to hurt baby, and we don't want to hurt the baby. Ama, you want to hurt the baby?" No, so push, don't get tired, just push. So now from there on, I was pushing without stopping. So I pushed, and I usually tell people once the head and shoulders come out, the rest of the body just came out. I didn't even push. So the head came out, and when the head is coming out, you feel like a burning sensation, like unachomeka hapo around the opening. So it was like a burning sensation, and that's how I knew like the head was coming out, even though he kept telling me how I was doing. So the baby came out literally early, like like a slippery thing passing through after the head, that is. So I just felt the body come out, and immediately that happened, the pain ended. Like it's an instant relief. And a lot of people ask me, "Is giving birth painful?" Me, I say giving birth is not painful. For me, the process of the baby coming out was not painful. Even the cervical check to me was more painful than that. The labor was painful. The pushing bit was not. It's tiresome because it's pushing, but it wasn't painful. Even baby coming out, it wasn't painful. To me, it wasn't painful. So the baby came out. She was handed over to me. She cried very little, alilia kidogo sana. So she was whitey, she looked weird. They do the kangaroo thing. So they gave me the baby, and then the wakakata, the umbilical cord, and then so one nurse is given to you to cater for the baby's needs. So even him, during this whole time, pushing and whatever I was doing, he wasn't talking that much to me. He did sometimes echo and then say, "You're doing a good job," but he was standing he was standing next to some device equipment where they put the baby, and in a heating, it's usually warm to keep the baby warm once they come out. So he was given the baby, akamwipe, akamvalisha manguo, and then the other nurse akakuja akasema, akaniambia, oh, you've tore a bit, so you'll need stitches. So let me explain. When you're giving birth, normally there are some people who don't tear at all and who don't require an episiotomy. So you just deliver and you're fine and you'll just heal. And then there's the episiotomy now, which is where they make a cut. So if they see there's a probability or the baby is having a hard time coming out, they cut you to make it easier and baby comes out. I was scared of an episiotomy because I've had people say they can cut you and you still end up tearing. So, and even from what the doctor said, when I was pushing, when the baby's head was coming out, is that I was pushing well and I hadn't pushed for long, because I started pushing at around 3 by 3:15. At 3:15 ni mingi. Baby came out really fast, by the way. But later on is when I came to learn that that's why I tore so badly, because she came out too fast. Yes. So it told me you're gonna need stitches, and you know, this time that feeling after baby comes is almost euphoric. It's like you're in bliss, because it's like you're high. You're just in the moment, because I was just happy now. I feel light because now I'm also tired. So he's just talking to me, and when they are stitching you up, they inject you a numbing thing around up. So he told me, if I touch somewhere, if I nini somewhere and you feel pain, tell me, tutaongeza dawa. So he started stitching me, and now they were talking to me and telling me stories and telling me how they expected me to give birth at 9 and he was actually supposed to go home. I'm so lucky, things like that. And we just talked, and I remember this whole time he's just talking to me, I'm not responding, and then the first thing I said is, kwa nini mtoto wangu hali? And they laughed, and the one next to my baby said, oh, she's fine, she's doing really well, she's just anatoma tena kukula mkono. She was sucking on her hands. Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, na hiyo ni sawa. Wakacheka sawa, wakaniambia. So they finished stitching, and nikatolea hiyo the nguo I had, the one I delivered in. I was given another gown. I was given the other nurse, the lady nurse, akaniletea the maternity pants that I had carried, and nikaenda kwa postnatal ward. Yes, so I went hapo. Nikifika hapo nikapata my baby was there, alikuwa shavalishwa nguo, amerapiwa, amekelewa hapo kwa kitanda yangu. Nikaingia hapo, now I'm walking like kama bata, because now I can't put my legs together. It wasn't painful still kwa sababu I think the numbing dawa was still active. So yes, nikaenda hapo, nikafika, I couldn't sit, so I was just standing there. Nikachukua ile samosa nilikuwa nimetumana, I hadn't even eaten it. Nikachukua ile samosa, nikaanza kuikula. And that was it. Baby was there. So they came. So after you're expected to deliver to breastfeed within an hour after delivery. So the nurse came, akaniambia, sasa utajaribu kumnyonyesha, kwanza uko na maziwa? So akafinya my boob, ikatoa that it looked watery. It didn't look like milk, it looked very watery. Akaniambia, sasa uko na small boobs, but at least your nipples are not inverted. So take the baby, hold her like this. Ukaniwekea pillow hapa chini so that the baby can reach me. Hold her like this, put like this, and so I don't know if you know, but the sucking reflex is a reflex. It comes naturally in babies. So the moment she started sucking, and yeah, that's how I delivered my baby. So that's it for this video. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. You can share your delivery story down in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. Till the next video. Bye. Wow,